journey, where they've been and where they're going, and talk a little bit about the roadmap here and how we're bringing success to our customers. So Rich, thanks a lot for your time today here. The forum is yours.
Great. Can you hear me okay, Ryan?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen, and I don't think I'm going to have any technical difficulties, but we're going to find out. Let's see. How's that? Can you see it?
It's looking great.
Okay. All right. So thanks for the introduction, Ryan. My name is Rich Rogers, and I'm the SVP and head of products at Incorta. And we're going to talk about where you heard Matthew earlier today talk about data 2.0 and 3.0 and decision making. He's one of the founders of Incorta and has been here since the beginning. And they've really built a really cool product. And the Data Direct platform is really kind of the underlying technology that makes it really special. So I'm going to talk to today. I just included the title of the blurb of what the session's about. So I am going to talk about Incorta and the product, the company and the product. Tell you how we do deliver an end-to-end self-service data experience, and really allow you to get at your data directly where it is without having to do a bunch of transformation. Loading it into a data mart or a data warehouse, do a bunch of modeling, et cetera. So the Data Direct platform actually allows you to get right at your data directly where it is in the form that it is in, and then use it in. What do we do is we ingest it and we put it in memory, and then we provide really fast access to it, and we continually update it. So it's a really cool technology, and we're seeing a lot of traction in it in customers across the board. So I'm going to talk to you about it in a little more detail here. So first, the eCap folks wanted me to give a little introduction. So I've actually known eCapital for quite some time before my time at Incorta. So I tried to have a little fun with it instead of just kind of talking through it. So we'll see how this goes over. But I started after doing some consulting and learning how to build software and implement it at a Big Five consulting firm. I joined PeopleSoft, where I got into product management and eventually became the VP of products for the financials product line. And if you guys know that story, we acquired JD Edwards, then we got acquired subsequently by Oracle. I stayed at Oracle for a couple of years and actually was a VP of products for the e-business suite and Fusion, if you guys remember that. Then I left Oracle and joined a company named Cognos, and I was the VP of products for Cognos, but not the BI products. I know you heard from Chris earlier today on Cognos. And I ran the planning and analytics and basically everything but BI at Cognos. And you can see here, I tried to find a logo for Frango, which was a consolidation system, but it's been so long since they were an independent company. The only thing that came up was a chicken vendor, but Frango does not do chicken. They were a consolidation vendor, and they got acquired by Cognos. So I ran the planning analytics and consolidation, financial analytics and reporting business at Cognos. And shortly after I joined Cognos, we acquired a company named TM1. And the company name was Applix. The product was TM1. And I think there's actually quite a few of you out there today that run TM1. And what a great product. And I know it still lives on at within IBM today. But I ran the TM1, actually was one of the sponsors of the acquisition of TM1. And so inherited the product and owned that along with the other products there, Adatum and the Frango products. Then, of course, Cognos got acquired, and we became IBM Cognos TM1. And through there, I stayed on actually for quite a long time at IBM, another 5 or 6 years. We acquired Clarity Systems and Vericent, which I then became responsible for. Vericent then split off again and is its own company again. Then we rebranded to Planning Analytics. So I've been around a long time. We probably crossed paths, or you guys have, some of these products that you have in your portfolio. I decided to leave IBM and go to MicroStrategy. Sorry, a little bad joke probably, but MicroStrategy, and I stayed there for 2 years and was the VP of products for MicroStrategy. And then left MicroStrategy just last year and came to Incorta. And so all that to say is I've got a lot of experience with business analytics and enterprise software, a lot of history with traditional technologies and new technologies alike. During my time at Cognos, and especially with TM1, I became very familiar with the folks at eCapital. And when I joined Incorta, actually, one of the things that got me really excited about joining Incorta, besides the product and the technology and the customer base that they've amassed and the opportunity I see for it in the market, was that eCapital was one of the premier partners. And I couldn't be more excited to be partnering with eCapital to work with them to drive customer success, including including the Incorta products, of course. So that's my background. Hopefully that was a little better than just telling you guys where I came from. So, you heard Matthew probably talk about this too. The thing about Incorta is we provide a unified data and analytics platform, right? And so it brings all your data together. It is an analytics platform. It does have the end-to-end capabilities. We do have everything from data acquisition through a schema layer, through the dashboarding and insights, and we provide it in mobile and whatever format you like. So we have the full end-to-end solution, but we also find that we are very popular with folks who already have a part of a solution. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Although it's a platform, it also has some unique values and can play if you already have some of these pieces. We are built for business. We tailor to the business user. If you look at our reviews on G2, you'll see that most of them say how easy it is. And I'm going to show you one of those reviews here in a moment, but how easy and fast it is to use. It's very easy to get started. It's very easy, a lot of drag and drop capabilities, non-technical. The business user can get at their data sources, build their analytics, use them, and then add to those analytics as well. We're not dependent on an ETL technology or a data warehouse or a data mart. We get at your data directly where it is in the business system and in the format that it's in, and we ingest it directly. So removing that need for ETL and data warehouses is one of the things that makes it very fast and easy to use and quick time to value. Now, if you've already invested in an ETL or a data warehouse technology, that's fine. We can get at that data too. But for the additional data sources that you add, you can decide whether you really want to add those to your data warehouse or go at them directly and bring them into Incorta so you have them there. So that's an option that we see a lot of people doing too. If they've already invested in one of these technologies, they don't have to do that with every data source that they want to bring into their analytics. And really, what makes us popular besides the ease of use is the speed and agility. We are very, very fast at getting very large volumes of data. And I'm going to give you some anecdotes here momentarily from some customers of ours that talk about that. So, we're all, kind of familiar with the daily business decisions that we need to make across our companies, and whether you're in the Office of Finance, analyzing revenue or P&L, or in an operational role, deciding on the best mix of suppliers or fulfillment channels, or in sales, looking at customer churn analysis or figuring out how to better manage your pipeline. These are all logical business decisions and questions. And, with traditional approaches, they typically require complex, multi-step and time-consuming technical solutions to, get at that data and bring it in. And, a traditional process might look like this, right? So, you have a question and you want to know why. You're not just when you look at your data and then you want to say, all right, why is this so? Oftentimes you'll have to contact your IT department. You might have to get on a list of projects that they're working on. Then they'll say, okay, new data is involved or a new data source, so we got to pull that in. Then we might have to transform the data. doing some SQL and some ETL. Then we'll also have to prepare the data, and whether it's creating a cube or a data mart. And then, then it might be ready for a report or a dashboard to be able to actually be used. And oftentimes this takes, more than just a few days, right? It takes weeks to get done. So with Incorta, though, there's a better way, right? And so you don't have to do all those steps. The transformations, the modeling, the standing up of the data marts, that doesn't have to be done. And so when you add a new data source, or bring in a new partner or a new inventory center, or you just want to change the way you analyze your business, you don't need to go back and change your data connections or rewrite your ETL. There's no need to bring that data into the data warehouse or remodel it. With Incorta, we eliminate those steps, and you can actually, like I said, directly access the data at its source in its native format. And, this in turn obviously provides you, more agility and allows you to answer those questions and much faster. So we often see that our implementations are implementations from start to finish on the order of weeks. And when a company wants to add a new data source, it literally is in minutes to add a new data source, get at that data and include it in their insight. This is a bit more detail on how it actually works, right? So the technology that we have is called direct data mapping, and it eliminates the data aggregation, reshaping, and data marts. And it also allows you to drill from summary data to detailed data, because we have it all available. And you can, oftentimes one of the problems with some of the traditional solutions is being able to drill from the summary to the detailed data, because oftentimes it's stored at an aggregate level, and we don't do that, right? So we have the data in its original format. And because we can handle literally, billions of rows of data and petabytes, we can have all that detail available to us. So you can get both the summary and detailed data. And whether the data is stored in an application, or like an ERP or another application, operational system, or a data warehouse or a database or a big data store, we go directly at it. We have native built-in connectors, and we bring it in, we ingest it, we enrich it, and then we put it in a combination of in memory and on disk so that we can get at it very, very quickly. This is one of the comments you'll see out there on the internet if you take a look, and this is great to hear, right? It's by far the most agile and capable platform for someone who's been in the business for many years. You can see that the data load and prep is extremely easy, extremely fast, and the dashboarding extremely easy and fast, and on hundreds of millions of records in seconds. And that's really the value that we're adding to folks, is letting them get at their data, at their large amounts of data very fast, and bringing it to the various different end users. We also, I should say, on this slide, have a variety of different end users, right? And so, of course, you have users of dashboards, you have data analysts, and you have data scientists. And we do provide machine learning capabilities directly in the product, but we'll also realize that many of you have invested in best of breed data science tools. So we have APIs to integrate with other data science tools, making our data both available to those data science tools to do their great work, and then with trusted data, and then push it back into Incorta for visualization on dashboards and so forth. So moving forward, I wanted to give you a couple case studies, so you're not just hearing it from me. And some of these use cases, along with videos, are out there on our public website. So BROADCOM, a big company, obviously lots of data. You can see some of the statistics here. Increase in data availability, making it available in 4 seconds, 96 data refreshes a day. And one thing that BROADCOM is doing that is unique is, BROADCOM's been doing a lot of acquisitions lately, and a typical acquisition process would involve taking the acquired company, understanding what their chart of accounts is, how their financials work, then translating that, doing some ETL work, pulling it into a data warehouse, adding it to the the model so that it then becomes available. Well, they don't have to do that with Incorta. With Incorta, they just go directly at that data, whatever that acquired company is, their financial system. They go at that data, they bring it in, and it's available because there's no ETL required. There's no need to move it to a data warehouse, and they can get at the data immediately and combine it with the other data that they already have in the system. So this is one of the things that's really saving them some time and eliminating that need to transform and get the data into their data warehouse. This is another example of a large company, and we have many companies that are both large and many that are not that large. So I don't want you to think that this is just for the largest enterprises, but it's nice to see, the volume of data that we can handle, so that even if he's, are a mid-sized company now, we can handle the growth that you'll have. So we really do pride ourselves on being able to handle a large number of data and high data volumes at very fast speeds. So, this is a company we're all familiar with. You probably had one of these this morning. If you're like me, probably 2 or 3. But they're handling over 35 billion transactions, 28,000 stores, 20,000 SKUs, and we implemented it in 10 weeks, right? And now they have other products in house, and so we integrate with those other products, right? Like, so if you have a Cognos BI or a TM1 or a Tableau, no problem at all, right? We work very nicely with those products and realize that people have invested in those, and we add value to those products. And this example is one of those where they had some other products in house that we just directly integrated with. A bit about our product roadmap, and this is more for customers who are a little bit more familiar. Some of you are customers of ours already. eCapital is very familiar with our product, but I wanted to just give you a sense for some of the things that we're working on. I'll leave some more detailed slides in the presentation. Won't go through them just in the interest of time. But our product roadmap for 2021, we are intensely focused on our cloud offering. We have both an on-premise offering and a cloud offering. And so, our beginning few customers were on the on premise, but now we are fully on the cloud, and very excited to go big with that. And so we have a number of customers that have helped us work out the kinks, and we have a great cloud offering that's available today. And I encourage you to go test it out yourself. We do have a free trial out there that you can easily spin up an instance with literally within 2 minutes and get going. We have some blueprints that really help you get started very quickly. Especially, we have a lot of folks from software companies like myself that have some great expertise. And so we've taken that and developed some great blueprints. If you look, you'll see some very popular ones for Oracle EBS, Oracle Cloud, a number of different ERP systems and other line of business systems. We're focused on user experience and productivity. We always are looking to make it easier to use and more elegant and delight our end users. Like I mentioned, we have blueprints, continuing to invest in integration and openness with other systems out there. We recently just added connectors through a partnership to provide connectors to all sorts of different other data sources. And we also have, made available all the capabilities that we have in Incorta through our API and SDK, so that folks can extend our application and even embed it in theirs, to provide analytics from Incorta through their own software packages. Of course, we're investing in AI and ML. One of the things we have coming to market very soon this quarter is called One-Click ML, where essentially you have your data set and you simply say, I want to apply this ML algorithm, and it takes it and does it immediately right in place and shows you the results on your insight and dashboard. and we're always looking at getting faster, getting higher performance, and so we're always looking at things we can do to our engine to increase our performance and scale. We do leverage Spark for some of that, because Spark is great for auto scaling, and so it's hidden to the user, so to speak. They don't know where their data is being managed, but we have some really good capabilities here. You can see with auto scaling to support huge data sets, literally hundreds of billions of records, dynamic memory allocation. And so these are some of the things that we're working on for this this year. A lot of this is being delivered in our Q1 release coming up towards the end of this month. I'm not going to go through these again, but you can see we're investing here in visualizations, ease of use, exporting dashboards. As much as we want people to use our own dashboarding capabilities, people always want to export to PDFs and use other BI tools like Tableau and Cognos and so forth. So that's fine. We have all those capabilities in there, and you can see some of the things we're investing in here. And then, from an architecture and engine and administration standpoint, always just making, advancements there to improve in this aspect of it. So sort of, kind of the back end capabilities. This is a sampling of some of our customers. So I know a lot of you probably are hearing Incorta maybe for the first time. They've been around for 7 years, and the customer base that they've amassed is amazing. And these are only the ones that allow us to show their logos, but there are many, many more, and brand name customers that you would recognize. And that's one of the things that really excited me about joining Incorta last year was the momentum that they've achieved in the market, and I think it's just going to keep improving as it matures and gets better known in the marketplace, and with the help of folks like eCapital, who are we're big fans of. In closing, please, go check it out. Go to our website. Contact me if you want more information. If you're an existing customer or considering it and you want more details on some of the roadmap I shared, I'd be happy to dig in or have my team dig in with more details. I do want to say that, besides the on-premise offering, our cloud offering, there is that free trial that I mentioned. We have consumption-based pricing, which I know people love. So you're only paying for it when you use it and based on how much you use. It really is a system that scales with you, with your customer, with your users, with your data volumes. And I think you'll be very pleased at the speed that you can get at your data and eliminating some of those traditional approaches. So with that, please contact myself, give us a try with the free trial, or ask our friends at eCapital because they're very familiar with this. And like I said, they'll bring us together so you guys can get familiar with Incorta and hope you get to know us a bit better. Ryan, I'll stop there and hope I didn't go over time. I think I went